Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Open Central Asia Regional Interest Community. My name is Yerkin Abdurrahimov, and I'm going to be your host and a chat moderator as well. Welcome to our Open Alumni Connect webinar. Today's our guest is Gulrukh Mamatkasimova, one of our community leaders. She's from Kyrgyzstan, and she's going to speak on the topic of 10 tips of teaching young learners. Gulrukh comes from a family that deeply values education, which inspired her to pursue a career in teaching English. After graduating from university, she began her journey at school number 8, Kurmanjandatka Public School in Uzgen. Her international experiences in Malaysia and Cambodia in 2015, along with her studies at UNICEL, University of Selangor, Malaysia, significantly shaped her professional growth in 2019. She became a Fulbright T Fellow, observing and studying in American schools. She was also nominated by the US Embassy in Bishkek for the AEE Teacher Program, George Mason University, 2018, and later completed her MAT program 2020-2022. Today, Gulrukh continues to provide high quality education to young learners, inspire colleagues, and contribute to the development of English teaching in her community. Welcome, Gulrukh. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Erkin, so much. Thanks for a great introduction. Good evening, dear colleagues. Welcome to our last Open Regional Interest Community session. We're happy to having you, and it's great honor for me to finish this academic year with my presentation. Thanks, Erkin, for inviting and for giving this opportunity. Dear leaders, if so you can still share the link with your communities as well. Now let's finish this year with full of joy, engagement, and involvement. Thank you, Erkin. So am I a host now, right? Okay. Thank you. So now let me start my presentation. And as you have seen in the poster, so today I want to talk about teaching English to young learners mostly. So I know that our mostly community teachers, they come from the public schools, and they are also young learners teachers, and I hope today we will share with the experience and we will share with the ideas together. So of course I'm not the expert in this field, but I will try to do my best in order to share my gained knowledge and to discuss with you. I'm as Erkin mentioned, I'm a Fulbright T alumni, and if you remember, before we called our open program as American English e-teacher program. And the first time I completed this course in 2018, and it was teaching English to young learners, and it was in 2018. It was in summer cohort. And it was my first online prompt studying on a virtual platform. And after this one, I could really understand the online platforms and apply the strategies into my teaching, and it was kind of door to my teaching career as well. The first time my mentor Muqaddas Tashiva nominated me to this program, and then so all my other adventures with the open program and with the American English programs had started. Okay, so today all the ideas are taken from this book, and I can also show this book. So here is it. So can you see? Is it visible? Oh my gosh, my screen.
Yes, we can see the screen.
You can. So this book, okay. And this book was given to me by. Here you can see Wumi Kim, and it was given to me on October 29th. It was in 2019 when first time we met with her in Washington D.C. in USA. So here also was written her wishes. So I wanted to read, and because this speech still motivates me. Like, dear Gulrukh, we are delighted that you have successfully completed teaching English young learners course, and hope that you will continue to thrive in your career as an EFL professional. Thank you so much, Wumi Kim, with the Dr. Shin's signature. So I still keep them as my one of the best present gift, and because I still use this book and I can apply the strategies not only to young learners, to the middle school students as well, because I also suggest you to take the online version from the internet as well, and you can find really great ideas, suggestions from this book. And after 5 years, we met again with Dr. Shin and with Wumi Kim in TESOL conference. It was in Tampa, in Florida. It was in March 22, 2024. And there I observed Dr. Shin's lesson, not virtually. So this time it was in person. And I was as a participant, and observing her classes in person was great chance, great opportunity for me to enhance my teaching skills. And I still keep in touch with them. And I'm very happy that I studied this course, I took this course, and I have built the friendship with these two amazing ladies, professionals. Okay, let's discuss now. The previous information were kind of my background. Now let's move into our own, into my own presentation, the main topic, and let's discuss these questions with your partner. So like elbow buddies, but I think like it's better to write just to the chat box. Let's discuss this one so we can choose any question and you can answer, or if you wish, you can answer to all of them. So
Yes,
let's
please.
discuss
Yes,
in two,
please.
3 minutes.
Yeah,
Or if you wish, you can raise your hand, and in open class also we can discuss.
yeah, yeah, please, dear participants, could you please share your responses in the chat box, or you can raise your virtual hand to answer these questions.
When did you start learning English? And did you wish to start learning English at your younger age? And at what age do you wish your children to start learning English? Okay. Okay, great.
Okay, here we have some responses. Alima says since fifth form. Ayim says around 3 years ago. Oh, Mira says since sixth grade. She started learning English. Zarina says since fourth form. Gulsanam says since eighth grade. As for me, I also studied learning English since fifth grade. Yes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the same here, the same with me as well. Thank you. Thank you
Funakay
so
says
much for your response.
from fifth grade.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, mostly like fourth, right? Fifth. Okay. Thank you. Okay, now let's move. Okay, now let's identify the learners groups. So who are the young children, who are the adolescents, and who are the adults? So as an English teacher, so we can teach all of them, right? We can cover all the age groups, learner groups. As young children, we take into consideration the children who are between 3 and 12 years old, and adolescents, they are 19, between the 19 and 13 and 19, and adults, of course, they are 20 and older and up. Okay, and Oops, sorry. Okay, now let's deeply discuss about the young learners. So young learners are also divided into three categories. So very young learners, and late young learners. Okay, as you see here, the age indicators, like very young learners are between 3 and 6, and young learners 7 and 9, and late young learners 10 and 12. Okay, which young learners do you teach? Can you please write down to our chat box?
Yes, please, dear participants. Gulrukh, as for me, right now I have a one third grade students. Yeah, if
Okay.
I'm not mistaken, they are 7 and 9. Yes, this category.
Just young learners, yeah?
Yes.
And
Okay.
I teach all of
Yes,
them.
Gülsenem?
Okay.
Yes,
Gülsenem,
I
great.
teach from 4 years old till 12 also. Actually, I teach till 16, 17 years old.
Okay, great.
But
Thank
I
you.
teach
Adolescents
all
as
of
well,
these
right?
categories.
Great. Thank you,
Thank you.
Gülsenem. By the way, Gülsenem is my group mate, my friends. Welcome, Gülsenem, for supporting. Okay.
Thank you.
So, do we have any
Yeah,
here
we
comments,
have
Erkin?
responses in the chat box. Aim says, I teach young learners, late young learners, and also teach young adults. Great. Mira says the youngest ones are 7 and 9 years old. Thanks for sharing your responses, dear colleagues.
Great. Thank you. So, and what is TEYL? So this course is suggested by Open Program for many years. And as I mentioned before, I'm also one of the alumni of this program. So this course is designed to introduce participants to the theory and practice of teaching young learners and very young learners in the EFL classroom. Okay, here you can see some characteristics of young and adult learners, so some difference between them. So here I want to indicate just some of them, not all of them, of course, because you can read on your own. Okay, so here I want to indicate the second part. So young learners, generally, they have a holistic approach to language, which means that they understand meaningful messages but cannot analyze language yet. So as you see, young learners can, so they can understand the language, but they cannot analyze. But the older adult learners, they show a growing interest in analytical approaches, which means that they begin to take an interest in language as an abstract system. So here you can see the huge difference between the young learners and then older or adult learners. Now let's continue. So today in my presentation, I want to share with you 10 helpful ideas for teaching English young learners, which are taken from this book. Unfortunately, I cannot show you. Oh my gosh, what's happening with my camera? And these ideas are suggested by Dr. Shane King, the author of the book. And you can find from the internet some helpful like tips, ideas from National Geographic as well. And here I will just show you the most tense. Okay.
I think you
So
can
number
you can
one.
show us because I think you are using the virtual background. Maybe that's it.
Yeah, that's why. Yes. Yeah, virtual background.
Okay.
Okay, so number one, so supplement activities with visuals, realia, and movement. So we know that young learners tend to have short attention spans and a lot of physical energy, even during the like face-to-face or even online classes as well. So their understanding mostly comes through hands, eyes, ears. The physical world mostly dominant at all times. And one way to capture their attention and keep them engaged in activities is to supplement the activities with lots of brightly colored visuals like toys, puppets. So here you can see in the pictures as well, or objects to match the ones used in the stories that you tell, or songs that you sing. So we know that young learners, they love stories, they love songs, and of course it may take a lot of preparation. So mostly we teachers want to have like zero preparation activities, right? But for teaching young learners anyway, we have to get some preparation time to make them, but it is worth the efforts if you reuse them in the future. So you can reuse them several times, and sometimes you can acquire donations of toys, objects from the parents or teachers as well, so you can collect all together. And of course, like as a teacher of young learner, don't be shy while asking. A great way is to build visuals and really a bank. So Dr. Shin suggests here to have a visuals and really a bank like corner, and you can collect like all kind of stuff together. And here is the main thing is a trust. So as an colleagues, you have to trust each other, and of course don't take them home. And if you have a bag, so no need all the time carrying the kind of objects from home, and you can just easily take from school bag. Okay, the second one is invite students in making visuals and realia. Okay, one way to make the learning more fun, of course, is involving the students in the process, in the creation process. And having children in that are related to the lesson helps engage students in the learning process by introducing them the vocabulary, context, of course, and so here, as you see in the picture, like craft activities are the best ways. And here, Dr. Shin suggests to discuss with the art teacher. So I really like this idea. So while before conducting the lesson, why not to discuss with the art teacher and then maybe ask from him or her, like, let's this time you will draw, example, the winter, because in the next lesson, so my topic is about the seasons. And when students bring their kind of ready-made art, and this makes your lesson more interesting, and it can be kind of art project as well at the same time, and or warming up part as well. And of course, talking with other teachers, collaboration with like art teachers can be also very kind of good way to involve the students to the process. Okay, next one, move from one activity to another activity. So here are also some great suggestions from the book as well, because we know that students cannot stay for in a one activity more than 10 minutes, right? Because of their short attention span. And for them, it's good idea to move quickly from one activity to another. And if you teach song or telling story, like don't stay whole class time. Try to vary. And here is suggested like differentiated instruction as well. And of course, it takes a time, but you can divide your students into groups, and then according their learning behavior, learning characteristics, so students can be involved with like some active ones, listeners, or we call them like doers, right? Okay, and next one, teach in themes. So here, when you plan a variety of activities, it is important to have them connect to each other in order to support the language learning process. It helps, so in here, so it helps to recycle the language and reinforce students' understanding and use of it. So if the activities are not related to each other, and so students can easily lose their attention. And so mostly like common things for young learners, like we know, like animals, friends, family, and you may take, of course, plenty of resources, worksheets from the internet, and you can do on your own, or you can invite the students as well to make their own worksheets as well, because they know this topic well. They are also interested, and they mostly watch the videos, like how do you call, like познавательные, да? Videos. And
Engaging,
students sometimes they can be sorry, Erkin?
engaging,
Sorry?
engaging.
Yeah, engaging. And students can be the same time kind of helper for you as well. So when I teach, example, I do have the students who are seventh grades, and they're also young learners, of course. And when I teach the topic of animals, like wildlife animals, wild animals, so I mostly do not watch like National Geographic or some kind of videos, but my students, they do, and they know better than me. And sometimes I ask them like, can you make a presentation about the tiger tomorrow, or let's talk about the example monkey and its characteristics. And students love doing presentations nowadays. They know better than us, like Canva, using Canva, Google Slides, and like 2 3 slides are okay. And you can invite them in this learning process. Okay, next one is use stories and contexts familiar to students. Okay, those stories are the main part of the teaching young learners, of course, because students love being in the world that we call it like imaginative world, right? And here, Dr. Sheen suggests to choose the materials appropriate for your students based on their language proficiency. And what is interesting for them? Nowadays, students are interested in the topics like space, like robotics, right? And so many like interesting topics for nowadays. Before, when I was young learner, so I wanted to hear listen more about the kind of kings, queens, like such kind of stories. But for nowadays, for kids, they have the another interests, they have another kind of view, and they choose their own topic. And mostly they love kind of animals. And as a teacher, we have to also know their interests and to fit to their interests as well. Of course, they may have limited knowledge and experience in the world. This means your new context may be, of course, complicated and completely new. And that's in this time, in this case, try to use context familiar to their L1. So L1, it is their native language. And text, you can take story in L1 and you can translate, or you can kind of make a graphics. If you remember, like there was 4 years ago, there was a kind of course from American English teacher program, how to comics, how to work on comics, how to create comics. And these topics were really popular all over the world. And we also took this course from American English teacher program. And the comics may help in this case as well. Okay, and next one is, so establish classroom routines in English. So routines are very important. And because so students love making noises. But as a teacher, we have a limited time. We have only 45 minutes in our case. I don't know in other countries, but in my country, we have only 45 minutes. And in 45 minutes as a teacher, I have to cover my topic, and I have to meet my objectives. And here is suggested really great idea, so I still use them. And they are routines for young learners. And one of my favorite kind of how do you call it? Like attention attention science, right? Example, I use example when my students are noisy. So when I say hey hey, my students always
You mean attention getter?
like say ho ho, yes, hey hey, and then they know, so it's time to look at me, and then so I will say something very important, and such kind of routines may help you to organize your students, of course, and also here using the really great ICQs and CCQs are also very important, because young learners, they can easily forget the instructions. That's why wisely used CCQs may help you to organize better your lessons. Example, if it is a story time, you have so one of the ICQ, like CCQ question is like, what time is it? What time is it now, everyone? And then they may repeat like, it's story time. And you may again ask a question like, what do we do for story time? And students answer, we will tell stories. Every time, each time, please repeat, and do not like get bored, because routines are very important. And of course, we have to collect their attention before starting a new activity or new topic. And such kind like the as I mentioned, like short rhymes as well, they can be helpful push for kind of push for students. Okay, and next one is, am I fast or no, Erkin?
No,
Is it
no,
good?
no.
Is it okay? Yeah.
You are doing
Okay.
great. No, that's
Okay,
great.
thank you. So, okay, thank you. So, next one is number 7. Here is a okay. The ideas are given on L1. So the first language, use L1 as a resource when necessary. So as an English teacher, we are encouraged, to teach English through English, right? We have to teach English through English, but this rule may not be successful, may not be effective with young learners. We can use L1 as well, because some phrases can be really complicated for them. Example, if we start the story like once upon a time, oh my gosh, it will be difficult for our students, right, to understand what is it like once upon a time, and you can explain them. So the meaning of once upon a time. And the next time when you read once upon a time, so you can use some great ICQ or CCQ, and students may remember this one. And of course, while translating, we have to, as a teacher, our role is to be very careful while selecting the proper words, and not we have to avoid translating all the context from the beginning, right? And because we are teaching English, but L1 can be also the resource while teaching English, while introducing new vocabulary. Okay, and the next one is number 8. It is about bring in helpers from the community. Sometimes as a teacher, we say like 45 minutes is my time. It's only my stage, and classroom is only my stage. It's my room, and so students are mine. So mostly, like, I think we are kind of selfish as well, but here, yeah, of course, so yeah, maybe I'm mistaken, so we're not selfish, but mostly we think in this way. But here is in the book suggested like bringing the helpers from the community. So by the community, here we can understand the parents, other teachers, like mentees or mentors as well. And in our culture, mostly, so in teachers' culture, so we don't like being observed, right? We don't like someone like stranger in our classroom. but especially parents, we don't want to have a parents in our classroom. But in the book here is suggested like having a parents, having a supervisors, having a mentors or mentees if you have, and like, or maybe the students from the like middle classes or students from 10th 11th classes can be great helpers, because they can help you while dividing into groups or while working with the students, or while example setting up the uh, kind of shows. And here's a having someone new always will be excited, um, will be excitement for students. For us, it's okay, like coming to the class and having the 45 minutes with students like the whole year. But for students, for youngers, it's kind of boring seeing only one teacher for a whole 1 year. Because I'm talking on behalf of students here, and students want to see kind of new faces as well. And if teacher here invites the other one, so students will be always happy, because it's okay for them being observed. And students mostly, there's especially nowadays kids, they are not very shy among the strangers, and they are always active. And here I suggest to my colleagues to think about the inviting the helpers. And nowadays not only our colleagues, even the parents, they know English well, because English is really kind of popular business language in all the spheres. And parents, so it's um, parents might know the English, and they can be your helper. And if you invite them as a guest speaker, or if they tell about kind of their stories, or students may be motivated, like, oh my gosh, so my father is speaking English, or my friend's father knows English. And they may have kind of motivation in order to continue their learning. And the next one is collaborate with other teachers in your school. And this one is very important. Sometimes as an English teacher, we work mostly independently. So we do not collaborate with math teachers. We do not collaborate with example science teachers, but we know that CLIL, have you ever heard about the CLIL, like content and language integrated learning, right? And CLIL is very getting more and more popular. So I really love this approach, because here we can combine the English with other subjects as well. And I highly encourage my colleagues to integrate CLIL approach in their teaching process as well, because collaboration always opens new and new opportunities, doors. And collaborate with other teachers makes the learning process richer. And you can connect your topics with other subjects as well, sometimes. So after that, after reading this book, after having this course, I started to collaborate with other teachers, because before I just worked like in isolated mode. And mm, now I ask from my colleagues, example from the chemistry teacher or from the physics teachers, because young learners, even they are interested in science. So I ask them like, what topic are you teaching? So if they have a topic about the robotics, so why not? So I can also apply these topics into my teaching. And here um, I suggest you to collaborate with other teachers, and you can observe their classes, or you can be observed as well. But here the one rule is, do not like give the negative feedback, of course. The teacher should be happy working with you. They should be happy collaborating with you. Okay, and the last one is, it's about the communicating with other teaching English young learners professionals, not only with TEYL professionals, with other English EFL teachers as well. And it's very important to keep in connect with others, so both in your local area and in international as well. So here we have the teachers from the Central Asia, which is great. We do have this community, and such kind of collaboration helps to keep you current with trends in the field of education. And you may take kind of fresh new ideas and solutions. Mostly as a teacher, we do may have some challenges, right? And you can learn from each other, and we can find them solutions from each other and to the common problems that mostly teachers face. And as an English teacher, I'm always involved in such kind of organizations. Like the first one is for the more than 10 years, I am in a KGT Seoul with the KGT Seoul Association, and we do have more than 500 participants in the whole Kyrgyzstan, and we learn from each other. And since 1 year, so I am with the Open Central Asia team, so kind of dream team. Thanks to Erkin, now we are sustaining, we are working on our team, and I'm also learning a lot, and especially on virtual platforms. And also in my classes, I mostly take the ideas from American English e-teacher, American English program, and I always try to follow their series, follow the webinars. And as an English teacher, I love to be belong to the kind of community. I cannot work independently, like isolated. And I also suggest you to be involved, to be engaged to such kind of organizations. And that's it by my side, Irkin.
Yeah, thank you so
And
much. It was great.
you are
It was
welcome.
great presentation. Thank you so much, Guru. Thanks for accepting the invitation. Thanks for agreeing to be a speaker for our last session in 2025. That's amazing. And one of
Wow.
our community
Yeah,
leaders
thank you.
today speaking in front of our community in the Open Central Asia Regional Interest Community. Thank you so much. Yes, Tatiana Degamna, please.
Yeah, thank you so much, Gulrukh, for your presentation. It's really well exciting and so many tips and techniques which work with young learners. So, but I'm interested, well, have you applied blended approach with your students? So any web applications, because I'm afraid Generation Alpha, which is 5-year-old this year, but well, in sometime in couple of years, yeah, we are expected to teach them as well. I'm afraid with Generation Alpha, attention span is even worse or much smaller. So have you applied, yeah, let's go back to my question, a blended approach and used any applications, web applications with your students?
Yes,
And what
I
do you
do.
expect?
Thank you for the question. Yeah, really great question, because nowadays we teach not only face to face, right? Online as well. The first time, so we faced with this challenge during the COVID time, and at that time, I was a student in MIT program, and then I've learned the first time about the blended learning, and combining so not combining, like applying the online resources into the um, ELT. And there I learned using some, okay, so Nargizece, I'm sorry, okay. So there I learned to use some apps for young learners. Nowadays, maybe you have heard about the Shape It. Have you heard about this textbook, Shape It? And Shape It is designed for the blended learning. So, and Shape It combines the projects, PBL, and the blended activities, blended learning activities as well. So sometimes I integrate the Shape It to my students. And I don't know in your case, but in our case, having phone is banned in our school, but we do have the uh, interactive boards, and we do have the edu page, like online, how do you call kundaluk, and
register or
you register, yes. And there, so mostly I use the some tests, and students know how to do the tests. I send the tests from EduPage, uh, and during the pandemic time, and now, recently as well, for 2 days we had online classes because of the kind of pandemic time as well. And then, so yeah, I tried to apply, and we use it Kahoot, like we use it the
yeah,
even we
I
did the
see.
online
Yes.
scavenger hunt as well.
Thank you. Yeah, that's true. So Kahoot is really popular, well, across Central Asia, I'm afraid. Yeah, but it's of not learning effect, it's of controlling effect. We control their knowledge. But yeah, so it would be lovely to engage students in learning, in e-learning during the break, so probably at home. So, and it would be lovely, yeah, to keep them busy and learning English outside the classroom as well. Yes, I agree that it's challenging to use mobile application during the lesson, but why not to use them after the lesson at home, where every
Yeah.
student, I believe and hope, have access to both internet and some digital devices. Yeah, so well, we must make sure that well they have access
Yeah.
to these devices at
That's
home.
why with my students, we don't have WhatsApp group. We don't use WhatsApp. Mostly I use
Yeah, it's true.
EduPage register. So in EduPage, there are multiple options for creating online tests, online quizzes, and mostly I
But
use, so through the EduPage, I can also, students can automatically receive their grades, and then I can
yeah,
kind
it's
of
true. So,
control
but
them.
you've mentioned collaboration with other teachers as well, and it would be lovely to collaborate with IT teachers and probably have
ICT
access
teacher,
to
yes.
computer lab. And well, if you have access to, because yes, well, you see, this is about rights, yeah, about equity. I'm afraid not every student at home has got access to internet or any digital device, but if we cooperate with IT people and have access to computer lab, then probably well we can upload this or that applications. I don't speak about well diverse and various, but well a couple of them would be useful for learning language. I'm speaking about vocabulary and for communication skills. I believe it would be of asset for both for students and you, and in general for learning process. We'll try.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for great suggestion. Of course, yeah, collaborating with ICT teachers can be a kind of great solution. So now I'm thinking about the equity, So sometimes we do not think about that. Not everyone has an access to the internet, but with the ICT teachers during the class, of course, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it works well.
definitely, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you
you.
so much for the response. Thank you so much for asking the question, Tatiana Naganna. Dear colleagues, let's ask one more question. If you have one more question, please raise your virtual hand and ask our presenter. So far, we have some words of appreciation in the chat box.
Thank you. Yeah.
Aydar Aliyev Alima says, thanks a lot for useful and understandable presentation. Nazma also says, thank you for informative session. Ms. Gulrukh, I got lots of new ideas for my classes. That's great. That's wonderful. Do you have any questions? Please share. You can ask the presenter. Raise your virtual hand. Okay, if you don't have any questions, Gulrukh, let me ask the last question. I have a question. How do you
Yes, please.
motivate young learners who are shy and reluctant to participate?
Okay, so this is the one of the challenge mostly teachers
Yeah.
face, and I worked several times for Access program, which is supported by U.S. Embassy, and in the Access program, I have learned about the PBL, like project-based learning, problem-based learnings, and mostly now I try to apply this. These strategies like project-based learning. Even the students are shy when they work in a group, so they can open their potentials, Like they can be a group leader, they can be a material collector, or they can be kind of guider. So in this way, so for me, so maybe the other teachers have great solutions as well, but mostly I use PBLs. Like even for small tasks, I can give as a homework the kind of project so students can work together as a team.
Thank you so much. Yes, Tatiana Devemna, please.
I add, yeah. So speaking about young learners, I would suggest that we should use the various forms for them to express themselves. Why not to ask them to draw and write next to this or that drawing, this or that English words or probably sentences? Yeah, I am afraid, well, some young learners might be silent, but it doesn't mean that they know nothing. So we should try various formats for their presentation. It could be a game, it could be, well, again, total physical response, something, yeah. So, but it could be drawing and singing. So, well, for them to overcome this challenge of speaking another language, some of them might even ask, why should I speak and why should I care about English if nobody around me speaks English, yeah. So that's why, well, try to vary different formats for them to be involved into this or that task. Drawing and singing, not just physical responses.
Great
Yeah,
tips. Thank you so
yes,
much.
absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely agree with you.
Thanks
Thank you.
for answering the question, Gulrukh. Again, thank you so much for presenting for our community, for our mutual community, regional interest community, Open Central Asia Regional Interest Community. Thank you so much, dear participants, for being active. Okay, let me share the.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, dear participants. Thank you for attending our last session in 2025. Yeah, we had a lot of webinars this year, and this is our first year. Hopefully, in 2026, it will be more fruitful. For now, let me share just the schedule of our Open Central Asia Interest Community webinars for 2026. You can look, we have already scheduled all the 6 months ahead for January, February, and April, as well as January, February, March, as well as April, May, June. Now it's all busy, so we have just the accept the speakers, potential speakers for guest expert webinar and the Cascade Learning webinar for the American English Live Series 24. It will start in January. So you can watch the webinars of America English Live Series 24, and you can learn from the original speaker, and you can cascade the knowledge you gain it for our community. Okay, please be a part of our growing community. We have a Facebook page and YouTube channel. Again, thank you so much, dear participants. Thank you, Gulrukh, for speaking.
There is a request here, Ken, yeah, so the way you can share the schedule with participants, so either send via WhatsApp chats or social media or something, but it's really nice to have access to this schedule.
Yeah, we have already scheduled on Facebook page, but of course we can share it on our WhatsApp groups as well. Thank you so much, Tatiana Devemna. Again, that was an amazing year for us, for the interest community. We are very happy to work with you. We are very happy to have our community leaders. We are very happy to have our regional coordinators, and we are very happy to have you, our English teachers, our open alumni, as a participants of our regular sessions. See you in 2026. Happy holidays.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye,
Happy
everyone.
upcoming new year. Thank you very much for a wonderful
you.
presentation.